Hello and welcome to We, Us, I. Are you obsessed with being a good person? Do you want your neighbors to know that you're a good person? Do you want your friends to know that you're a good person? Do you want your family, enemies, your co-workers, and even online? Are you concerned with your image that you want others to know that you're a good person? That they must know, that they will know that you are a good person? This question has been lingering on my mind because I also face the same issue, sadly. I don't know why, but I feel this. I have this nudge within my heart or within me that wants me to appear to others as a good person. Yeah, a good person, good human being, which is not a bad thing to have inside us, but sometimes I believe it forces us to trivialize small issues that we shouldn't have to place so much focus into. Let me give you an example. Recently, or a few months ago, I would say March or April, I went to my brother's place. He was away for some time, and I went to spend time with him, check on his kids, how are they doing, trying to be a good uncle. And and while I was there, on a particular night, as I was heading to the room, I believe his wife called me. A beautiful lady, good wife, a good woman. And while I was going to rest, my mind was not there. I don't know where my mind was, but I was not there. And she was calling me quite a number of times. My mind was not there. And as I got to the room, I don't know, I found myself banging the door. I banged the door as I went to bed. I banged the door, I banged the door. And I lay on the bed. And I was on the bed. I asked myself, come on, wait. I think someone is calling me. Yeah, it's the wife. His wife was calling me. I was shocked. And I've banged the door. Oh my God. I've banged the door now and she was calling me. In my mind, I thought she would be pissed. She would be angry at me for what I've done. But as I went to talk to her, she didn't take it as seriously as I did. She understood that I didn't hear her, and yeah, she told me I can go to bed and sleep. But in that situation, I found myself, why did I take it to heart that I might have appeared rude or disrespectful, but it was not intentional. It's something that I did it out of not knowing, or it was not my intention to be rude or disrespectful, but it hurt me in my heart because I wanted that image that I'm a good person, that when she calls me, hey, I'll be there. I'll be there, yes ma'am. I don't know why, but I'll be there, yes ma'am, I'm here. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But yeah, it's just be, trying to be respectful and stuff. And I envision that I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be disrespectful, even if it's not my desire. Even if it was not my expectation. I did. What am I saying? Even if I didn't mean to do it, it hurt me. Yeah, it hurt me, and I was wondering, is there something wrong with me because because it's not intentional, but you find yourself you want to appear good to people, and my concern is you can find yourself trivializing small issues that you shouldn't pay too much attention with, And a friend of mine also asked me the same question: is she a good person? Because recently they had an argument with her father, and she told him painful words that he did not expect to hear as a father, because of the heightened argument, because of the quarrel, because of the emotions. She spoke without thinking, and the father was hurt. And upon her pondering of the situation, she felt that she was wrong. What she said was painful for the father to hear, that her daughter can utter such words. And she was asking herself, is she a good person because of what she said? And I know it's a small issue, it's insignificant, but what I found to be standing out is that question: am I a good person? Because humans, we overthink certain situations, we think about them too much, but that desire to be a good person, my question is, where does it come from? Is it inbuilt within us? Is it from society? Is it a way for us to try and please everyone? I have been struggling to find out the root of this feeling. One wants to be a good person because I don't have a clear image of what a good person is, because good is relative. Because good to me on a particular day can be someone lying on my behalf, that I was in work while I wasn't, that I didn't do it well when I did it, when I stole. Someone can be a good person when they cover my tracks. To me, that's a good person. He or she didn't they didn't tell me out. They didn't bring problems my way. They were able to let the issue slide. And that's the issue with good. Good can mean anything to anyone. Because how will you be a good person in this scenario where, let's say for example, your neighbor, they are hungry, they have not eaten food, while you're home also, your children haven't eaten food, and what you have is not enough to feed both your family and the neighbor. And you have to decide, are you going to give little to your family and balance the rest and give the neighbors, or are you going to give your family and tell the neighbor, this time I can't help you out? Or are you going to give your neighbor and tell your family, I look for something else? In those situations, it's difficult for us to please the other party, or to be just to our family and to them. Because me feeding my family, they'll say I'm a good man because I fed them. Even though it was little, I gave them something. But to the neighbors, they'll say I'm a bad person. They asked for my help and I was not able to give it to them. Not all of them will say I'm a bad person, but that's the picture we're trying to use. Because you can't please everybody, you can be good to everyone. There are certain scenarios where one will be selfish, one will be entitled to their own needs and desires. And I keep asking myself, if we know that we can be selfish, if we know we can prioritize our own selves, then why do we have this desire of being good? Where does it come from? Why should I be good? Why should it be bothering me? Why should it be nudging me to be good to my neighbors, or try to show kindness towards them, or being helpful or love towards them. Why are we predisposed to show that we are good? Even egoists or egotists, I find it amusing that they also try to justify their actions. They speak about what they have done. I tried helping the poor. I gave my money to the poor. You see, I'm a good person. When they are obsessed with themselves, it strikes me, why do we want to be good? Where does this moral compass come from that we want to be good? Is it from ourselves individually, where the way we were born we had this inner compass for us to desire to be helpful to one another, or was it society that structured us this way, that without having these qualities of a good person or of good character, we are unable to scale society? Is it a ploy that we are using to lie to ourselves to gain power or favors from other, or whatever it is? I'm struggling to understand this desire, ladies and gentlemen. Where does it come from? How do we understand it? Because sometimes I myself have found I have found myself in situations where you are doing a particular activity just to be seen as a good person. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds ridiculous, but you find yourself, the core objective for doing this task is to show people that you're a good person. It can be volunteering to do something that, for example, in a group that most people don't want to do it, but you find yourself volunteering. I will do it. If people don't want to take out the trash, or you're in your friend's place and you want to show them that you're a good person, you might even wash the dishes. I'm not saying it's bad, but at times you don't want to do it, but you just do it for the sake of showing them that I'm a good person. I'm a good person. And I wonder, are we faking this good person if we are doing it for the sake of appearing good to people? Are we faking it? Are we lying to ourselves? Or what is it? That you go to your friend's place, or you're at your relatives, and you go above and beyond to do things that you have not been used to. Maybe you wake up early in the morning to wash the house or do chores. Know that someone told you to do it, but you feel that you are indebted to do it. And sometimes you might not want to do it. You are tired, but you do it because it's what is morally right in your heart, or something prompts you to do it. I don't know. It's a struggle for me to understand this concept that we are chasing a good person. What does it mean? Why do we do it? Why do we want to be good? What benefit does it have for us when we are good? Because in certain scenarios, people will try to take advantage of you. People will try to use you because you want to show them that you're a good person. What do we do? Because is goodness still goodness if no one is witnessing it? If we had no one to witness our goodness, will it still be called good? What standards is it based upon? What quantifies it to be good when no one sees it? Do we ourselves know what is good, or do we wait for the validation of others to tell us if what we're doing is good? Can self-interest and genuine compassion coexist in the same act? Can self-interest and genuine compassion coexist in the same act? That's a beautiful question. Beautiful question. Can someone help you sincerely, but also having the self-interest in mind? In my view, I think it's impossible for someone who is sincere and authentic in their actions to also have the self-interest in mind. If they have their self-interest, I don't think that they are showing genuine compassion, because they have already thought about themselves, but they are the center of this help. Because if it were genuine, they wouldn't mind helping you, not being about them, but extend their goodness or their virtue towards you. But if they instill their interest while helping you, I don't think it is genuine to begin with. I know that genuine compassion does have its limits, where someone is unable to show compassion to you when they are brought to a decision where they have to choose between a stranger and someone who they value, their loved ones, their children, their family. It's now difficult for someone to show genuine compassion to both their family and a stranger the same way they would do for their family only. That is where I know that genuine compassion faces challenges. But when someone is asked upon or has the internal drive to help you genuinely, I don't believe they have self-interest in mind. They're doing it simply because it's an inner drive that is causing them to help you, or it's their nature, or it's their way of life. But for someone to have self-interest, it defeats the purpose of it being authentic. Or how do you view it? How do you view it? Can self-interest and genuine compassion coexist? How do you see it? Please do tell me. And if evolution shaped our moral instincts, does that explain morality or diminish it? If evolution shaped our moral instincts, does that explain morality or diminish it? Because we were told in the past, we were forced to be united, to act as one for us to survive. Because in those periods of hunting and gathering, it was difficult for humans to work as individuals. They had to be in groups, they had to be in tribes for them to achieve a common goal, for them to get food, for them to create shelter. They had to forsake their individual desires and to work as one. But if that was the case in the past, how about today? Are we still tied to that way of thinking that we cannot work by ourselves, when now everyone is independent, everyone can do whatever they want? You can be a lawyer and earn a living, you can be a doctor, you can be an athlete. Now it's not upon the cooperation of others, but your own will and desire that propels you to where you want to be, a movie star. It's not the same as it was in the past. And how does it explain morality that to this age there are people who, like me, have that drive within us, that a desire for us to walk in goodness, for us to for others to see goodness within us? Does it explain it, or does it diminish these feelings that push us to desire to be good to other human beings? Where does it come from? Does evolution explain it, or does it diminish it? Do help me, ladies and gentlemen. Do help me in answering this question. Because it has troubled me for a while, and I'm wondering, why are we obsessed with being good? You want the world to see it. You want to be good. Why? Why? Why not be bad and let the world know that you're a bad person and be comfortable with it? I'm sure some of us would want that, I guess. There are not these expectations upon your life that, oh, I thought you're a good person. You should have done this to me and this. You could have fixed my car, but I thought you're a good person. I expected you to bring me, to do this and this for me. Well, I don't know. Help me, ladies and gentlemen. Why do we have this desire of being good? Why are we plagued by this goodness that we want to show people, I'm good, I'm a good person. Please do help me, ladies and gentlemen.